Good day, gentlemen. I've been dating my girlfriend for over 5.5 years. And if I didn't learn what I'm gonna teach you in this video, my relationship would have stayed boring and stressful at the same time while being surface level. The thing is this, no one else can really teach you this. Because you've looked at people on YouTube already, but either they're red pill degenerates, which obviously you don't want to be a part of anymore, or there's some therapist or some psychologist that don't really know what you as an ambitious man, as someone who has goals and who strives towards those goals, actually goes through with his relationship, right? The thing is this, you attracted her with red pill tactics. And now you realized, you know what? While some parts of the red pill are still true, I don't want to live this life. I don't want to have a relationship that is completely red pill because it doesn't lead to fulfillment. You already realized that, which is more than most people have done, which is already great. But you don't know how to get there. You want to get rid of this negative red pill mindset and you want to just have a fulfilling relationship. You also want to get rid of this constant overthinking of everything you say, everything you do, and just, be yourself in a way. But be yourself in a way where she doesn't lose attraction. Either way, you're still afraid that she might lose attraction if you stop doing all the red pill stuff. But on the other hand, she's probably already acting in a way where you realize that she doesn't like you being red pilled. You know what I mean? The thing is this, if you already operate from this frame of mind of, she might lose attraction if I do this, you've already lost. If you think like that, you've already lost and you know it. So this is exactly what we will cover in this video. I will shift your paradigm so profoundly, your mindset so profoundly, that you cannot go back. And also I will give you actionable steps that will help you actually achieve the fulfilling relationship that you want. Sound good? If it does, stick around. If you're like kind of the person who doesn't really want to learn, who wants to continue wasting years of his life, click off of this video, I don't mind. Click off, watch some stupid Mr. Beast video, whatever you want to do, right? Now, I'll be honest, I don't think you want to do that, because what I think is you want a relationship similar to Alex Hormozi's relationship, Luke Belmar's relationship, Chris Bumstead's relationship. Because you are someone who's ambitious, and of course now you're listening to someone who has been in a 5.5-year relationship, and is still in that relationship, obviously, and also has been on stuff like self-improvement and into entrepreneurship and fitness and biohacking, whatever it is, right, trauma work, for the last 7 years. So listen up. Because if you want these relationships like Alex Hormozi, right, where he tells this beautiful story when pretty much at the start of his relationship, he lost everything business-wise. And he said to his back then still girlfriend, Layla, hey, I'm a fuck up right now. And I understand if you want to leave. He was fully upfront about that. And she then was also fully upfront about the fact that she said to him, Alex, I would sleep with you under a bridge if it came to it. Luke Belmar is another great example, because Luke Belmar publicly goes out and says, I've only ever been with one woman. And by the way, if you don't know who Luke Belmar is, he's good looking, fit, rich, like he can get a lot of girls. Simple as that. He said, I've only ever been with one woman, I'm currently with that woman, and I will continue being with that woman. Full security, full safety, no playing games, no scarcity, she needs to see that you can attract other girls and that you have other girls, none of that stuff, right? And the thing is this, where does red pill thinking even come from? How does someone get into the red pill? Well, I know because I've done it. Comes from insecurity. Comes from wanting more and not knowing how to get there. And then suddenly you're fully in the rabbit hole of the red pill, right? That's how I was. I was very much anxiously attached to my girlfriend in the past. Meaning, even though she didn't give me any reasons to think this, I thought, she might cheat on me. She might leave me. She doesn't love me anymore. Fuck, I made this mistake, now it's all over, right? All this stuff. Just very much afraid of losing her back then. Which is now not the case at all anymore, and I'll tell you why. Essentially what happened is, she called me out on it. She called me out on my red pill behavior. And she told me, I don't like this. And sometimes I still fall into those patterns again, very rarely to be honest, maybe once a year, twice a year. But she still calls me out on it. And she still, through that, helps me grow. Because the thing is this, bro. A woman who values herself highly, which is the kind of woman that you want, and a woman who is maybe additionally, this is not as important, but maybe additionally has a secure attachment style, right? Which my girl has both of those things. She doesn't want a man who plays games. She doesn't want a childish red pill guy. She wants someone who gives her security and safety and love. And of course, someone who can still also keep up polarity. Someone who has a very strong direction. Someone who is assertive, right? 100%. Now, back when I was still so anxiously attached to her, I wanted a fulfilling relationship, an inspiring relationship, a relationship that would help me reach my goals quicker. Now I do have that, because she challenged me, because she called me out on my bullshit. And not only that, I also have a relationship where we have fulfilling, deep, wild sex, which previously we didn't have. And the thing is this, the red pill is very right about one thing. The feminine will test you. And by the way, when I talk about feminine, masculine, I don't mean like gender roles or anything. What I mean is the feminine and masculine sexual energies that all of us have within each other in varying degrees, right? For me, it's like 80% masculine, 20% feminine right now. That's where I feel comfortable right now, if I'm being honest. Thing is this, we need to realize that no one is 100% masculine, 100% feminine. But the feminine will test the masculine, and usually, or at least for my case, right, my girl is by essence more feminine than I am. That's why we're so attracted to each other, because I'm more masculine, right? And we are complementary opposites in that sense. Thing is this, the feminine will test you. Red pill is very right about that. What the red pill doesn't acknowledge though, is that these tests aren't negative. They're not to emasculate you. These tests are actually to help your masculinity, because what does she do? What does she test you on? She tests you on your insecurities, meaning she shows you your insecurities and challenges you to solve them. The masculine grows by challenge. She gives you challenges. And what happened through more and more of these challenges and me becoming more and more comfortable with that, and of course her also helping me work through this and praising me for making progress, right? Not just being negative. She was never negative, that's the thing. Never negative. She's the most positive person I know, if I'm being honest. I consider myself extremely positive. She's 10 times that. It's literally incredible. Thing is this, I eventually got to a point through being honest about this stuff and through telling her like, hey, I have this anxious attachment and I need your help to work through this. Because attachment, it always comes from two people, right? You can't be attached to nobody. It doesn't work. So to become more secure, you need help from the person you are attached to. To become from an anxious, like for me to become from anxious, to evolve from anxious to a secure attachment style. And eventually, it got to the point where I literally thought, hey, this might sound harsh, but I don't need her. I would be fine without her. I would be fine either way, but I want her. And I was very clear about that to her. I don't need you. I realized I don't need you, but I realized I want you. And on a similar time frame, or yeah, a couple months before that, she told me when I was in a situation where I was very, very anxious and could have gone into all the red pill stuff, right? But I was honest and I was open and I told her, hey, I don't know why, but I have this gut feeling that you're cheating on me. I don't know why this is irrational. It probably is irrational, but I just want to know the truth. And we had a deep conversation about this stuff. And of course she didn't cheat on me because she's not that kind of woman. But at the end of the day, what she told me there is, she told me something like, why would I even cheat on you? Nobody can compete with you. Now if you take those two things, nobody can compete with you, and me realizing I don't need her, I want her though, and I want her deeply, do you think we could ever have, even if we tried, ever have a surface level relationship ever again after that? No, of course not. But it took some work. It took a lot of work. Now, if you want to learn even more than what you're going to learn in this video about building a fulfilling, deep relationship as an ambitious man, you can always join our free community. It takes 1 minute to sign up. There's hundreds of valuable posts in there, a lot of men that support each other. So yeah, if you want to check that out, link in description. The thing is this, the red pill often talks about having an abundance mindset, right? Having abundance with women, that's what attracts them to you. Yeah, that's kind of true, yeah. But why would someone with an abundance mindset play games with women? Because playing games pretty much just shows the woman, hey, he's not comfortable with himself. And not only that, it also shows yourself that you are not comfortable just being who you are. That you don't actually like yourself, right? Someone who plays games has to notice like, hey, oh fuck, I need to change myself to attract a woman, meaning I myself are not good enough to attract a woman. someone with an actual abundance mindset doesn't have to play games and doesn't even want to play games. They just want commitment. They want all in, nothing else. Now, how do you go about this? Because obviously having abundance supports an abundance mindset, and having an abundance mindset supports abundance. But it can also go as a downward spiral, right? You don't have abundance, then you don't have an abundance mindset. So where do you start, right? What comes first? Nothing comes first. You have to act on both ways simultaneously to reach that upward spiral. The thing is this, what you can do is, you can start with either one of those, but you should do both at the same time. The two things you can do is, firstly, you can just brainwash yourself. You can literally just, instead of telling you reasons why you are not good enough, look for reasons why you are good enough, why you should have abundance. And if there are no reasons, then goddammit, do a little bit of fucking work, go in the gym for 6 months, and you have more reasons than most other men. It's that fucking simple. Of course, attracting a woman is very simple, right? I hope you're already in a relationship. If you're not and you don't have an abundance mindset, this helps you. If you are in a relationship and you think that she's gonna leave you, you don't have that abundance mindset, and you think, I would break without her. And man, do some work on yourself. And of course, there's a lot more to it, right, than going to the gym, but this is just an example. The second thing, and probably the thing that will help you more, and help you more immediately, is this. This is a principle that I learned from Tim Grover, the athletic coach of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and a bunch of other legends. This guy has a principle that literally helped me so much ever since I learned about it, where he says, don't think. And brother, it is this simple sometimes. Don't think. You know what to do. You know the right thing to do. Just don't think. Shut off your brain. Do it. And even if your brain is still talking, still do it. Have the courage to act against your ego, against your own thoughts. I tell you this because I know that more men becoming like this will serve the world in a very, very, very enormous way. This is why I tell you this stuff. And we need to go over a few more points here. Firstly, why being open is actually more masculine, not less masculine, as the red pill says. It will create more polarity in your relationship. I'm not talking about complaining and whining about stuff to your girlfriend, about stuff that you can't control. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying though is, be open about your insecurities. Because once you are open about your insecurities, what happens? They're not insecurities anymore. It's only an insecurity when you keep it to yourself. When you talk about this, when you have the courage to talk about an insecurity with other people. Are you really insecure anymore? No. Right? Or at least a lot less. The thing is this, when I told my girl, hey, I have this anxious attachment, I need help from you, I need you to do this and this and this. I won't tell you exactly what I said, but I needed help from her to work through this anxious attachment. And I told her not, this is all so bad, blah, blah, blah. I told her, hey, I love you, I want us to build a deep relationship. I gave clear direction, and then I told her, and to achieve that, I need your help. Please help me. If you don't want to, that's fine, but then we have to end this relationship. I was honest about everything. And the same, by the way, applies to someone like Chris Bumstead, who I mentioned earlier, right? These fucking flies. Chris Bumstead, a couple of years ago, when he won the Mr. Olympia title for, I think, the third or second, or I don't know how many times he's won it by now, but one of those times, he stood on stage after winning, and he told this story of how a couple of weeks before winning, before this day, he was weeping on the bathroom floor with his back then still girlfriend Courtney supporting him and helping him, and she even asked him like, hey, what's going on, like 8 times or something, and he was always like, I'm fine, and then he broke. And it takes a lot for a man like this to break. It takes a lot, and it makes me emotional to think about this. It takes so much to make such a man cry in that way. But in the end, only because of that did he win. And what mattered to him is not being the hero or being seen as the cool guy. What mattered to him was only the result. This is the difference between immature masculinity and mature masculinity. Immature masculinity is trying to be the hero. This is one of the ways of being immaturely masculine, but being the hero. The hero doesn't really care about the result. The hero only cares about what he does and how he is seen by others. He cares about outside of approval. The warrior only cares about the result. The warrior will ask for help if he needs it. The warrior is not afraid of asking for help, because the only thing that matters to the warrior is not how he is seen by other people, but the result. That's what mattered to Chris Bumstead, and that's what's mattered to me with my relationship. I didn't care about being seen as the hero. I still don't care. I cared about the result. I cared about building the relationship that I actually want with the woman that I actually want. And so that's what I did. And you know, Chris Bumstead, he talked about this on a podcast. He said, we need to learn to integrate both the masculine energy within us and the feminine. So for me, I need to integrate those 80% masculine energy and the 20% feminine energy, because I cannot be comfortable in my masculine if I'm also not comfortable in my feminine. That just destroys my whole masculinity if I'm not comfortable being feminine, if I'm not comfortable with the fact that I have a feminine side, right? And at the end of the day, I want to ask you this, man. Why the fuck are you listening to people like Andrew Tate or like Hamza, the self-improvement YouTuber, who have some things that you want, certainly, and have some things that I want, money, status, all that stuff, right? But who don't have the relationship that you actually want, and who've never had the relationship that you actually want, and who are honestly unable to have that relationship right now. They need to do some deep work. Hamza, if you want to work with me, hit me up. I can help you. But anyways, boys, I talked to Hamza in the past. That's why I say this here. I was in his paid program when he started it, right? Thing is this, boys. These men are afraid of doing what I told you in this video. And I feel them. I feel them because they have achieved so much, but without a great relationship. Man, life just feels a bit meaningless. There's no texture to it. There's no zest to it. And I will give you a quote by someone else who you might know and might look up to, who many young men especially nowadays look up to, which is, he said, you know, I have so many powerful friends, men who could get every single woman they want, but they usually end up marrying and having children with a woman that is modest, that is self-denying, that is cute, that is honest, that is intuitive, that gives them peace. Not the hottest or the most sexy woman. The guy who said this was Iman Gadzhi, and he's very right about this. And honestly, I'm impressed more and more by what Iman is doing. Yes, he's still kind of in that more degenerate phase in my opinion, but I'm honestly getting more and more impressed by what he's doing. He's really been growing up a lot, I feel like, over the last few years. I discovered Iman 6 years ago on YouTube, by the way, so I've known this guy, like, not known in person, but seen this development of this guy for a couple of years now, and I'm very, very impressed with what he's doing. And he's very right. Because what do you want out of a relationship? I want peace. I want mental freedom. I want to spend time with her and just feel at ease, feel peaceful, rest. There's this brilliant quote from the movie Troy that I just keep mentioning, where the warrior Achilles, again warrior, not hero, warrior Achilles, says to the woman he loved, "You gave me peace in a lifetime of war. That's how I feel about my girl, and it is an awesome feeling to have that." What Iman said there is honestly the exact reason why both my girl and I are so far, both in life and also in our relationship. And I believe personally that every single couple is capable of doing this. Because man, we met at 17, I was 17, she was 16, that's when we got together. We were children. And still we made it work. And yes, we are very compatible and all this stuff, but honestly we became more compatible over time anyway. We worked on each other, and I believe with my full conviction that you and your girl can do the exact same thing. And the decision lies with you. It's your decision whether you want to go there or not. Whether you want to be a child, a red-pilled man-children, or an adult, an actual man. And you want to have mature masculinity. That's on you, man. I'll just tell you this straight up. A fulfilling relationship isn't built by childishness. Not for her, not for you. Both of you will not be satisfied by that. And you know it. Now, If you want to have even more knowledge on this stuff and you want to get to this relationship even quicker than you get through my videos, what you can do is you can join our free community, because in there I teach at this point over 130 men how to build an extraordinary relationship. And not only that, they also support each other. They share their struggles and help each other. They share their wins and inspire each other. They help each other out. It's become a mastermind group of ambitious men helping each other out. And I'm honestly very, very proud of what we're building there, because the feedback that I'm getting from members makes me very proud, because it shows me that we're actually making a difference. We are making a dent. Because let's be honest, nobody taught us. Everyone failed to teach us these crucial life skills of becoming a deep lover. The education system failed, society failed, and our parents failed. And we need to take responsibility ourselves now. If you want to do that, click the link in the description of this video right now. Sign up to the community. It takes 1 minute to sign up. It's free. You can leave at any time if you want to, but you will not want to. I'll tell you that right now. And like our churn rate of people leaving is literally below 5%, which is fucking crazy for a free community, because people can leave at any time. They haven't made any payments or nothing. Crazy. Very proud of that. Very proud of the quality that this community has been attracting. Quality of men this community has been attracting. And man, at the end of the day, if you want to stay where you are right now, if you want to stay in this position where your relationship is below your standard, if you're being honest, then go ahead, watch some Mr. Beast video. I don't care. If you're not that guy that wants to learn, then I don't want you in our community. That's just one thing I need to get off my chest. But if you are that guy, join right now. I'll see you in there, and I'm excited to talk to you.